The nail bent with a soft, useless ping, and without hesitation the carpenter flicked it into the scrap bucket. Every morning began the same way. Sunlight slid through the workshop windows in narrow blades, dust floating like slow snow. The scent of fresh-cut timber filled the air, and every morning the carpenter sorted his nails. Straight ones went neatly into a wooden tray. Bent ones were tossed aside, clattering into a growing pile of waste. Bent nails were failures. That's what he believed. Weak, unreliable, not worth the risk. His hands were steady, experienced, hands that had raised barns, bridges, homes that outlived storms. He trusted what was straight, clean, and predictable. Anything flawed didn't belong in a structure meant to last. Then one afternoon, the beam cracked. It wasn't loud, just a sharp snap, enough to freeze the room. A heavy support beam sagged slightly, threatening the entire frame of the house he was building. The straight nails held until they didn't. One by one, they loosened under shifting weight, their perfect lines slipping free. The carpenter's breath caught. Sweat beaded along his neck. If the beam fell, weeks of work would collapse with it. He reached for more straight nails. The box was empty. Only the scrap bucket remained. Bent nails stared back at him, crooked, scarred, discarded. He hesitated, heart pounding. Using them went against everything he knew. But the beam creaked again, wood groaning under pressure, begging for a decision. With no other choice, he grabbed a bent nail. It resisted the hammer, twisted slightly, dug in at an angle. He struck again and again. The nail didn't slide smoothly, but it held. Its crooked body wedged itself deep into the grain, gripping tighter with every blow. He drove in another and another. The beam steadied. Silence returned to the workshop, broken only by the carpenter's breathing. He stepped back, stunned. The bent nails weren't slipping. They weren't loosening. They were locked in place, stubborn and strong. Over the next days, he experimented. Bent nails where stress was highest, straight nails where alignment mattered most. The structure grew sturdier than any he'd built before. And slowly, something else shifted. He stopped throwing bent nails away. He cleaned them, straightened some, used others as they were. He learned that what looked flawed often carried hidden strength, that resistance could mean resilience, that imperfections could anchor where perfection failed. Years later, when the house still stood firm against wind and rain, the carpenter would smile at the memory. Not everything needs to be straight to be strong. Some things hold because they've been bent and refuse to break. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow.